Welcome. I'm Bill Ashley. I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs here at Southwest, and I was a member of the search committee. I want to welcome y'all here today. I'd like to introduce our president, Dr. Steve Bishop.
Thank you, Dr. Ashley. This is an exciting day for us here at Southwest Mississippi Community College. We're excited because you're here. We're excited about the support that we have today. We've had an enormous amount of support the last few weeks as we have searched out the man to lead our football program. We certainly have a great group here today. We have members of our community. We have leaders in our community. We have many of our coaches here from our community area high schools. We have many of our existing coaches and alumni. We're just certainly honored and pleased that you're here today. We have some of our board members here as well. We want to recognize them in just a minute. Of course, we're here to recognize our new head football coach. Let me just speak just a little bit about the process that we took to determine who our next coach would be. As I knew that we were going to have a change in our program, it really made me realize that I needed to do some soul searching and thinking of what type of person we wanted to come to Southwest and lead our program. And as I was thinking, I realized it was a difficult task because so much goes into being a good football coach. More than just on the field, more than just knowing the X's and O's. So many aspects of being a great community college football coach. Well, what do we want? We want a man of integrity. We want someone who I do not have to worry about as a president getting us in trouble, because we have a book of rules like that. You coaches know that. Rules, policy, that we've got to make sure that we take care of. A man of integrity who cares about the player, cares about the player as an individual, cares about their family, cares about if they graduate or not. So that throws another aspect. Someone who is keenly interested in academics. Someone who wants to make sure that they're not just taking courses to be eligible. Someone who wants them to actually transfer out of here, go to a university and get a degree. Someone who can maybe even get a career technical program here or a degree in that and get a job. Okay, we have that option. So we need an individual like that. We need someone who can get us some players. Am I right, guys? Some of you high school coaches are here, and I'm glad you're here. We want you on campus more. Somebody who can get us players. Not just anybody who can play the game, but people who can help you on and off the field. And the more I think about this, boy, this is difficult. Who are we going to get to run our program for us? A lot of people called and recommended their favorite candidate. We had so much interest in this position. We actually had 35 official applicants that wanted to be the head football coach here at Southwest. I was honored by that. I was pleased by that we had that amount of interest, realizing the challenges that we do have, but also realizing the possibilities that we have here. And it really encouraged me as a president that we had so many people that wanted to join our coaching staff, that wanted to join the Southwest family. And I was just really encouraged by that. So more and more people called, and more people actually had interest in the position. We got calls recommending coaches from Oklahoma State, University of Texas, Ole Miss, on and on, that knew about the Southwest position. I think one reason is because it came open so early. A lot of people knew it, and they said, you know, they got some potential into college. And those candidates, those serious candidates, had some hard questions that they asked me and asked our administration. Because if we think about it, we talk about being a team sport, it is. It's not just being a team sport within the 55 players on the roster. You've got to have a coaching staff. You've got to have managers and trainers, a training staff. You've got to have the facilities for them to train. You've got to have a faculty and staff that wants to support these student athletes, encourage them. We've got to have an administration that supports them. we've got to have a board of trustees that understands the competitive level of this league. So many things go through our minds as we're looking for the best person, the best fit for this program. It could have become overwhelming, but we had a lot of people encouraging us, letting us know that they wanted a good person, wanted someone who could win some games, play for a championship eventually, but at the same time, when our players are in the mall or whenever they're in Walmart, when they're at their home communities and their churches, that they, hey, say, there's a Southwest football player. Look at that guy. He's an upstanding citizen. And also, we wanted a football coach that could be the leader in that. We wanted a family man. We wanted a person who was active in his church. We wanted a person who was active in his community. We had 5 people on our search committee, and I was on the committee. We also had our athletic director, Larry Holmes, serving on the committee, our vice president of student affairs, Dr. Bill Ashley. Also, we had Mr. Jerry Connolly sitting here. He's a member of our board of trustees, actually chairman of our athletic search committee, or athletic committee. Let me take that back, our committee to recommend and approve student activities throughout the year. And Mr. Jimmy Lowry is also on our board of trustees, serving on our committee as well. We just had 5. We thought about having more, but we thought 5 was good. We came together a couple weeks ago and went through all of the resumes, as you normally do. So many good applicants, let me say that. Let me say that a great number of those who applied were certainly considered for this position. We chose 4 to interview, and all 4 of them did a great job in the interview process. And we felt very comfortable with all 4 of them. But as we heard the discussion, as we visited with each one of them about their philosophy of the game, the philosophy of recruiting, keeping people eligible, community support, recruiting, different offensive and defensive philosophies, who their assistants may be, all 5 of us had the same #1 candidate. The same #1 candidate. Many of you have recommended our coach. Many of you know him from the past. He comes to us with an outstanding reputation at the university level, at the community college level, and at the high school level. He was in the playoffs 9 years in a row at Brookhaven High School, won a state championship, was very successful at other universities as well. But we are pleased and honored to make this announcement official after our board gave us approval last night unanimously. And it gives me great honor and privilege, and I do this with excitement and anticipation. I would like to introduce to you, to Southwest Mississippi Community College, our new head football coach, Coach Tucker Peavy.
I guess I need to put this thing on. My head's a little bigger than what this size was. First of all, I would like to say I'm overwhelmed at the turnout for this today. To be honest with you, I thought it'd be a small 3 or 4 or 5 people, and you know, I think that says a lot for what's going on here at Southwest. I'd like to thank Dr. Bishop, the committee, the board for giving me this opportunity, because that's what it is. It is an opportunity for me and my family, and a chance for us to get back in an area that is home. You know, I've always said that you know, home is home. You can go somewhere else and you may hang your hat there, but you get back home, and this is certainly my home part of the country, and I'm certainly comfortable being back here. I you know, have done a lot of things in this profession and been able to see a lot of things, and for whatever reason, the happiest I've ever been is whenever I was in this part of the country. And we're certainly glad to be here, and like I say, I'm extremely overwhelmed and honored that you know, that this kind of turnout was here. I see some faces that I've known for a long time. I see some that I don't know, but I look forward to getting to know. I think that the community college, it was good to me. It was good to my wife who came through this community college system, and I believe the value of it for our young people is immeasurable. You just can't, you go off other places and you see places that don't have it, and I think a lot of kids get lost. And so being a strong community college, I think is very important to this area, to the young people. It gives them another option, and I think the more they have options in life, the better off they're going to be. So in that respect, I certainly value the community college system. And I'll be honest with you, it's as good a brand of football as there is anywhere. And I think that's a tribute to the high school coaches, to the coaches at the community college themselves, that they're able to put together this product. Here at Southwest, here's my goal. We want to have kids that win, and not just football games. I think they have to win in life first. I think that's the priority. If you've got one that is a winner in life, as a citizen, as a son, as whatever he is, that you've got a chance and you've got somebody to work with. So I think that's number one. Number two, they have to win in the classroom. What does that mean? I don't mean that it's straight A's, but I mean they're doing everything they can do, and I believe that if a young person does that, they will succeed. And I think that's the bottom line. So they have to win in the classroom. And then obviously we want to win on the football field. And I think the more they stay focused on that and understand that you can't be part-time in anything. If you are, you're going to get part-time results. So you have to be committed to it. I think I heard this a while back, and it's always stayed with me. For something to be powerful, it's got to first be personal. And I think whenever you get a group of people, the entire Southwest community, I think you got a chance to have something powerful when each one of the people involved in it takes it personal. And so that's the goal, and that's our challenge, that anybody associated with Southwest Community College takes it personal in the success that we have as a school and as a football program, baseball, basketball, whatever the case might be, and these young people as students. I understand full well that you know, we have to show them that that's what we're about, from the way that we treat them, to the facilities that we have, to the way that we support the things that they want out of life. I think all of the kids want to do good, okay? But it's like this, can you stay focused in February in the middle of a workout, or in June in the middle of a workout when it's 110 degrees? Am I focused on why am I doing this? Not a whole lot of people cheering and band playing in June whenever you're out there working out in the heat, but you're doing it for a reason, and that's those game nights. It's the same thing in the classroom. You know, why am I studying 3 weeks before a test? It's not test day yet. That's not when the payoff comes. And I think that's kind of the way that we have to train these guys. A lot of them will come here that way because of the way they were brought up in their families and the way that they were coached in high school. But we have to make sure that we continue that, and the ones that miss that along the way, we've got to make sure that we teach them that way. I think our coaches, I can promise you this, they are going to care about our players as people first, all right, as students second, and the football stuff will take care of itself. But I am excited to be here, looking forward to the challenges. I've got a lot to learn. I got a lot of catching up to do. We do as a whole, and we're looking forward to hitting the ground running. You know, you can't start climbing that hill till you take the first step, and this is certainly the first step in that direction. So once again, I would like to thank Dr. Bishop, the entire committee, the board, and everything for giving me this opportunity, and certainly the support that I see in this room. Thank you very much.
I know that we have a few individuals who would like to interview Coach Peavy outside the room, but we do want to give this group an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have of him, or any questions about our process, any questions about our plans that we may have. And we'd love to give you that opportunity to ask those questions at this time.
How many assistant coaches are you going to have, Coach?
Well, I think whenever everything is put in place, there'll be at least 4 assistants.
4.
Yes.
There'll be 4 paid assistants.
And that will kind of be a process, not something that will happen overnight.
There may be others that would like to 1 or 2 volunteers here and there, but there would be 4.
You have any time frame for the hiring of your assistants? The way you want to have them in place by
yesterday? No, I think the reality of it is you have to realize the situation that you're in and just make strides toward it, and it'll happen whenever, the time's right and whenever everything works out right. But certainly, the sooner the better. We'll just have to move day by day and see what direction that leads us to.
Coach, what sold you on taking this position?
Well, obviously, I've always known of Southwest. Been through here for years recruiting and followed the program through the years. It's a time for my family to, to do something different. And I believe the good Lord puts things in front of you for a reason. And this was here, and so I just felt it was the right thing to do from the moment, that I knew about it or had a chance at it. I believe in the commitment from the administrative level and knowing what it takes to be successful. And again, that gave me a comfort feeling in that the support would be there to give you a chance. And so we're looking forward to it. I tell you one thing that's new, all these moves I've made through the years, this will be the first time I don't have to worry about what the local school system's like, because our last one will be graduating this year. So that'll be a little bit different. But it was just a comfort feeling whenever the situation came up and the possibilities that were here, and we just felt comfortable with it all along. Any others?
What about recruiting, and where you can hit the ground doing that?
Well, I believe that you start as close to home as you can. You don't pass up one that's close to get to one that's far off. And so that's the first priority, is to try to, to get the guys that are close here. I felt that way in college, in the senior college, that the more local flavor you've got, the bigger the fan base is going to be, the more pride the kid's going to take in it. And I think our biggest challenge is, what can we show the players close to home that we're committed to doing for them, for the program overall. So we certainly want to start here and then branch out to fill in. I know the league's changing with the rules of recruiting and this type thing. So I don't think whether it have been the protected list or the fact that, they were just in the districts back in the day, you got to show them something now. And I think that's key. You see that all across America in the big colleges with all these fancy facilities and all the shine. It's to sell. That's what it is. It's, when that young man comes on campus, he's got to see, well, where am I living? Where am I dressing? Where do I work out? And those things have to grab him. I feel 100% confident that our coaching staff will be the kind that they want to play for, but we got to do the things to get them here to begin with. I know there's got to be some more questions.
If you need the interviews, he'll be available as soon as we finish here. The press release, if you need that, anybody would like to have it, you can see Michael Donnell when you leave, and we will eat in about 35 minutes. I know a lot of folks would like to hear that word.
That's the reason everybody came, because there's lunch involved in it. I tell you another thing, I do know this through the years. One of the reasons they're in here so they get a good look at who it is they need to throw stuff at whenever it's not going just right. They don't have to do it based off a picture somewhere. Again, very moved and impressed and touched by, the show of support here. Again, I didn't dream it would be like this, especially this time of the year. So I thank you very much. And, all I can promise is that we're going to do everything that we can do to produce a product that Southwest is proud of, walking down the sidewalk and walking between those white lines. Thank you.
All right, I believe we'll be dismissed. And again, thank you so much for attending. We've had so many representatives from our area. We got Dr. Lewis back there, one of our board members, and see Tylertown, North Pike, Park Lane here. Any other high schools represented today. Got some people from our Alumni Association, We've got Mayor Percy Robinson here, just so many Jakes here with our town council, our faculty members, our coaches. Just such a wonderful outpouring of support for Coach Peavy and our program. Melanie, my wife, was able to come, and she's been hearing about this a long time. my little girl, don't put this in the paper, of course, but about 2 weeks ago, she said, "I'll be glad when they hire that football coach at Southwest." But so we've hired him, and we've hired a good one, don't you think, with Coach Tucker Peavy. Thank y'all for coming.